Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lisa Elvin Stoltari, and I'm a genealogist and a passionate traveler. Over the last several years, I've been featuring each fille du roi or fille mariée and getting to know them a little bit better. These are the founding mothers and grandmothers of New France and indeed the rest of North America to some extent. There are over 700 filles du roi and over 200, almost 300 filles mariées. We're getting through them one by one. And before we begin, let me show you ways you can support the channel. The first three keep you in the know. Subscribe, really important, doesn't cost anything. Please subscribe. Like, if you like the video, that helps it get out into that algorithm. And notified, just so you get notified every time I post something new. And the next three are ways to help the channel grow. We have the new YouTube memberships that I've created with YouTube, and they start at 99 cents and go all the way to $24.99, depending on your genealogical needs and interests, that sort of thing. Have a look at that. I've provided the link for you in the description and see if there's one that fits you. And we also have the PayPal button on my website. And also now there's a super thanks for each video that you might like to acknowledge. If there's a video in particular you really, really like, a super thanks. I think it's a thumbs up or something like that. So give that a try if you would like. Otherwise, let's get on with the show. Let's get to know our fille mariée of this episode. Today we're going to be looking at Les Filles Mariées, episode 130, Francoise Meunier or Meunier, depending on your spelling of her last name. This one, I'm not sure if she was a viewer request, maybe I got it erased, so I just had to pick this one out of a hat. I just thought it was interesting. So let's have a look at Francoise's life. Now here's where I need your help. She was born in 1632 in an arrondissement of Jonzac, but there is some discrepancy between Chefny or Chanier. So I didn't want to make a whole presentation on where her birthplace is if I didn't have any, actual permanent confirmation. So any of you out there who have that, please let me know, and I will actually adjust this slide with that information. Her parents are Jacques Meunier and Françoise Sonner. She is from the Charente, the Nouvelle-Aquitaine region, and the Charente-Maritime département or county. We do not have any information on her parents, but we do know that she would arrive in New France in 1658. Groom that she selected and who selected her, his name Pierre Dubois d'Imorel et Lavallée, and he was born in 1626 in Sinoche, France. His parents were Jean Dubois and Opportune Lavide. Don't you love that name? Sinoche is a small town in the Centre Val de Loire region of France that you can see. It is part of the Eure-et-Loire region, or département, I should say, that you see circled on the upper left. It's known for its medieval roots and its natural beauty. It's surrounded by one of the largest forests in France, which has shaped both its landscape and the history of the town. The town's story is closely tied to the Château de Sinoche, originally rebuilt in the 12th century by Hugues II on the site of an older fortress made from local flints and risen stone. The castle now houses a museum and is partially protected as a historic monument. So you can see it on the upper right of your screen. At the town center is the Church of Notre Dame, also dating from the 12th century. Sinoche really offers a glimpse into that rural medieval France life. Absolutely fascinating. They would be married at Quebec City on the 30th of September, 1658. Now they would settle at a place called Sillery, which is now one of the boroughs of Quebec City, but for well over 3 centuries, it was its own very, very independent city. In 2002, Sillery, along with many other small towns, was amalgamated into the larger region of Quebec City. Sillery was first established as Canada's first Indian reserve. It was named Saint Joseph, and the money for establishing the first settlement was provided by Noël Boulard de Sillery. Unfortunately, the native population fell victim to disease and other issues, and the reserve failed. The town was eventually named Sillery in honor of its benefactor and would become an important player in Quebec's lumber industry. On the upper left of your screen is a picture of Sillery's riverfront. And it's just amazing. Like when you see it, you know that that's what they looked on 400 years before. And then I've included a map where Sillery is, and also on the top right, or actually here is how it kind of got amalgamated. And on the top right is the Maison des Jésuites, the Jesuits' house of Sillery. A fort was created here in the mid-1600s and would have been present during their time. And this actual house was the one built after the fort burned down twice and dates from 1703 to 1730 for construction. And then, of course, we have the beautiful church that obviously was rebuilt many, many, many times, but that is where the Sillery Church is. Now, they would have one child. Louise would marry Guillaume Tardif and have one child before her early death at 27. Her son, Francois, would save the descendancy by marrying Marie Geneviève Giroux and having 7 descendants, 6 of whom left descendant. And this is why she is still, even though they only had the one child, the descendancy is secured. 1666 census, we have Pierre, Françoise, and Louise there. In the 1667, we have Pierre, Françoise. Notice how they put Louise as Louis, and then they have 10 hectares, about 8 acres of land. Françoise would pass away in 1690 at the age of 58. The fact that on her death record it indicates 86. She wasn't 86. She and Pierre were married 32 years, and she would leave us with a mere 12 descendants by 1729. But what we have seen with time would cement her legacy. We do not know when Pierre passed away, but we know that it is after May of 1690. As Françoise is listed as married on her death record and not a widow, it's possible that Pierre was still alive at this time, but we do not know. And so ends our story of Francoise Meunier. I believe that even though she only left us 12 descendants as of 1729, I've demonstrated that her descendancy has lived on. So please let me know in the comments below if you are a descendant of this very, very special woman. Now, I don't know why she only had one child, but this is, obviously this happens even in today's world. So, but we're so grateful that she came to our shores and contributed to the tapestry that is, New France, Quebec, and Canada, and obviously North America. So thank you, Françoise, for your bravery, for your courage, for bringing us your gift of you and your descendancy. Thank you so much. And I thank you also, my patrons, supporters, and subscribers. You are amazing. Thank you so much for your endless support of my little project here. I appreciate you so much. And with that being said, I will see you on the next episode of Les Filles Mariées. Until then, au revoir.